Selling on Amazon is extremely competitive. It is a cutthroat business, and Amazon sellers are always looking for an edge. And I put together my top 5 hacks for wholesale sellers that are going to save you time, make you more money, and make your business more efficient. This is the type of information that everybody else out there charges money for, but I'm going to be giving it away to you guys completely free in today's video. So before we get into the video, a background on my channel. My name is Corey Ganem. I've sold over $12 million on Amazon in the last 6.5 years using the wholesale business model, and I teach other Amazon sellers how to start, scale, and manage a profitable Amazon wholesale business. And I recently launched a coaching community where I'm putting out exclusive content, weekly coaching calls, and a community of like-minded sellers to help them start and scale their wholesale businesses. So if you're interested in applying for that community, you can find a link in the description below to book a call with my team, and we'll see if you're a good fit. So let's get right into the 5 hacks that I promise you will be a game changer for your business. So the first one is going to be the Catchall PPC campaign. So I'm going to put these on the whiteboard here. The first one, like I said, is Catchall PPC. Okay, so I will give you the stats on this particular campaign in my business. And now, without going into detail, you can search Corey Ganem PPC on YouTube and find a 4-minute tutorial to set this video up. It takes 4 minutes to set up. And now, this campaign has been running in my business since September of 2020. I have spent about $17,000 on ads in that, 3.5 year span? And that $17,000 in ad spend has produced almost $700,000 in sales for a ROAS, which stands for return on ad spend, of 40. So that means for every $1 that I spend on ads, I get $40 back. Right? That is free money. Every single arbitrage or wholesale seller should implement this immediately. It's a cheat code. Do it today. The second hack is the 2PO method. So I'm going to continue writing these on the whiteboard here. 2PO method. Now, this method is a way to get discounts on your wholesale purchase orders without actually asking for a discount. So here's how this method works. Let's say you find a couple of products from your supplier that are borderline, right? They're not quite where you need them to be in terms of the price, but if you could get a slight discount, maybe 5, 10, 15%, they would be profitable and you would move forward with the purchase order. So here's what you do. You draft 2 different purchase orders. Purchase order 1 is for, it's a small order, right? Maybe a couple $100, maybe 1,000 or 2, and it is at your supplier's existing wholesale price, right? Now, purchase order 2 is a much larger order, but with an implied, let's say 10% discount, right? Or 5% discount. And what you do is you call up your supplier and you don't send them these 2 orders. You call them up on the phone and you say, hey, Mr. Sales Rep, I've looked through your products. I've got a purchase order ready to go. In fact, I've got 2 purchase orders ready to go. So what I'm going to do as soon as we get off the phone here is I'm going to send them to you via email, and you can choose which one to process, right? The first order is at your existing wholesale pricing. The second order is much larger with a very slight discount applied. So let me know which one you'll be able to process, and we'll be able to move forward. And what this does is this tells your sales rep, hey, this guy, he's ready to move forward. I can either process a very small order and make a very small commission, or I can give this guy a little bit of a discount and make a much larger commission. So more than likely what your sales rep is going to do is run down to his manager's office and say, hey, what do we have to do to get this guy this price so that we can process this larger order? I promise you this works 60 to 70% of the time. This has gotten me discounts that I would never expect to get, and it's way more effective than just saying, hey man, can I get a 10% discount on this order, right? Way more effective. Now, the third hack is called the RFQ method. So this is a sourcing method that I've developed over the last couple of years that is extremely effective for finding profitable products much quicker. Now, what a lot of wholesale sellers do is they get a price list or they get access to a supplier's website and they start going through their products one by one, looking for, needle in a haystack, right? So the RFQ method, how that differs is, let's say you're able to get a list of brands that your supplier carries. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to find 3 to 5 brands that your supplier carries that are selling well on Amazon. And then within those 3 to 5 brands, you're gonna find 3 to 5 products from each brand that are selling well, that are not dominated by Amazon, that if you were able to get them at a good price, you would buy them, right? So this gives you a short list of, let's say, 15 to 20 different products. And what you do is, now that you've got the products that you know are already selling well, now you go back to your supplier's price list or back to your supplier's website and look for those specific products. And if the supplier doesn't have them on their website, this is where the term RFQ comes into play, right? It stands for request for quote. This is where you call up your sales rep and you say, hey, Mr. Sales Rep, I've got a list of, let's say, 15 products. I know the exact quantity that I want to buy. I know the price point that I need to be at in order to place an order. Do you mind if I send you my list and see if you can get me a quote? And the great thing about this method is that if the supplier doesn't carry that specific product, many times they're able to special order that product directly from the manufacturer and bring that in specifically for you. This is honestly how we source probably 50% of our products, is by asking for quotes on items that our supplier doesn't typically carry. Now, the fourth hack is just going to be trade shows, right? Now, you might be thinking, well, how is that a hack, right? Everybody knows about trade shows. Well, it's a hack because trade shows are the single most effective way to land the most profitable accounts in the shortest time. Now, my personal favorite trade show to attend is called ASD Market Week. It happens in Las Vegas every March and August every year, so twice a year. All of my best suppliers attend ASD. All of my best suppliers I've met at ASD, and every single year I get to sit down with them face to face twice a year at the trade show, strengthen our relationship, and place orders with them at the show. So even if you're a brand new wholesale seller, but especially if you're an experienced wholesale seller, you want to attend trade shows. It is the best way to lock down accounts, place orders, and build rapport with your suppliers. You can build more rapport in 15 minutes face-to-face at a trade show than you could in 3 months of phone calls or emails or text messages going back and forth with your sales rep that way. So do yourself a favor and start attending trade shows. Now, the fifth method is relatively simple, but you'd be surprised how effective it is. And it is called the triple dial method, okay? So a lot of wholesale sellers that I talk to, they get discouraged because they can't get a sales rep on the phone, or they can't get anybody to reply to their call when they're reaching out to suppliers. And the triple dial method is exactly how it sounds. If you call a supplier and they don't answer, immediately call them back. If they don't answer the second time, immediately call them the third time. You'd be shocked how many suppliers or how many people pick up on that third call, right? And it's probably because they're thinking, well, this number's called me 3 times in a row, I better answer. And now you're probably thinking, well, wouldn't that annoy them? Wouldn't they answer and be pissed off? Not at all. Actually, that's never been the case in my experience. If I triple dial somebody and they pick up on that second or third dial, usually they're just like, hello? Because they don't really know who it is. They're like, who's calling me multiple times? And if for some reason they push back and say, like, why did you call me so many times? Just say, oh, well, sorry, I actually didn't mean to dial you again, but now that I have you, then you can continue on with your conversation. So these are the 5 hacks that are going to help take your business to the next level. Like I said, if you're interested in applying for our coaching community, you can find the link in the description below to book a call with my team and see if you're a good fit. Thanks for watching.